Hello, hello. How are we doing, everyone? Welcome back. That was a bit of an extended holiday break, a bit longer than I wanted it to be, but I think I'm just finding that the weekends in general tend to be easier for me in terms of scheduling, so that's just something that I'm learning personally. We'll probably be a little bit less overzealous in the future, trying to schedule those Tuesday, Wednesday streams, stick more to the Friday, Saturday, Sunday stuff. I think it ends up being better for a lot of you in chat that are trying to catch me live anyways. Happy belated New Year, Zachary. So, today, well, last time we tried Mono Lag Luminaris Angel's Glow with a pretty ambitious Arclight Sentinel loop plan. Don't think it quite got there. You're in danger. 1 a.m. but already bonuses. Well, Kari, don't worry. The VOD will be available as soon as I am done streaming as a YouTube video permanently. Don't feel compelled to stay up and watch this live. You can catch it later. A Australian time zone can't be beat? Is that where it's 1 a.m.? Ugh. Y'all just upside down in terms of time relative to me, I guess. And geography. Yeah, so last time we played a mono lag plan. That didn't quite work out. Both I think the game plan wasn't fully baked, my understanding of how to play it wasn't fully baked. I have not given up on Luminaris Angel's Glow yet. I think it is probably still perfectly viable, if not very high skill ceiling, and very difficult to play. But in the meantime, you know, we know from our first iteration of Prism that a switchboard between the Luminaris Celestial Fury and Iris of Reality, you know, turning our spectra that opponents that go tall have difficulty interacting with into weapons themselves, used to work. Now, that deck had the advantage of it played a lot of blues naturally because Celestial Fury was very resource hungry, and blues worked really well with Iris. With the new Angel's Glow, we have a bit of tension in our deck building because Iris, costing 3 resources, naturally wants blues, but Angel's Glow specifically cares about yellows. So there's this new tension added to deck building in terms of wanting yellow cards versus blue cards, whereas before we just always wanted blue cards. And so I've been trying to balance that. This is a pretty simplistic list. It's just a lot of clean 3-ofs. It's honestly just a lot of Heralds and Soul Shield. The cards that we learned were very good in the first iterations of Prism with Celestial Fury. There's not a ton of cute stuff. I don't have any poppers in here. I probably should. Probably should be on a few more D-reacts, but this is just a list that looks at our core game plan of, you know, aggressively presenting our opponent with Heralds, and then having just enough auras in the sideboard to switch into our Iris Spectra plan. There's a couple of spicy things here, potentially. Sorry, I probably should catch up on chat before I lose y'all too far. 2 in the morning, 10 a.m. Is Yellow Tenacity new? Oh my gosh. Get some sleep, guys. Yeah, so this is every yellow Herald except Herald of Judgment, I think. But I recently had someone really selling me on Yellow Tenacity as a very strong turn 0 play, because if you eat your opponent's armor on turn 0, it's excellent. If you don't, you're getting a free soul and a figment, and it still is a yellow 3-block for most of the game, and is a herald when you really need it to be, but it's kind of like a turn 0 high roll and a game closer, and just like a fine floor in between that very early stage of the game and that very late stage of the game. And then the other couple of things that are new, I have Iron Rock Gauntlet right now as my primary arm piece. I definitely could just be playing Wave of Reality all the time, but I built this list. I had one deck slot left. It could be Light of Soul, but I already have a lot of no blocks because I have these parables in the main board because of slot space. And I think Iron Rock Gauntlet, when we don't care about the Spectral Shield that Wave produces because we're not playing Iris, I think Iron Rock being able to upgrade a 3-block that we have into a 4-block on demand without wasting a Figment is probably quite useful versus the aggressive decks, so I want to try it out. Yeah, for Fi specifically, like Zachary just said in chat, being able to stop a Snatch without wasting a Figment flip is quite useful, and with Gauntlet and Footsteps, we're kind of resilient to 2 4 power break points on the same turn. Rapture is going to be our default chest when we're playing Luminaris Angel's Glow, although there are some matchups where I don't like Rapture, specifically when our opponents lead with small pings of damage, so Viscerai or Assassins, or, well, we're playing Iris into Assassins anyways, so Viscerai or Katsu, Fi potentially, and even when like the Tadachis are where things get really iffy. And we're kind of more the controller in those matchups anyways, so there's plenty of time to get Tunic value. Mage Master Boots, Northern Gloves we already saw. Silent Stilettos, it might look weird at a glance. What I've found is that Kanos are starting to get smart, and they are playing Waning Moon, and when they get ready to Wildfire, and we grab our Figment of Judgment and, you know, awaken Themis and get ready to ward their Wildfire, they say, okay, Waning Moon before Wildfire resolves. The ward is eaten by the Waning Moon, and then we die to a miniature Wildfire combo because we start at 32, like we start in lethal range of Wildfire. So Silent Stilettos plus Northern Gloves is Arcane Barrier 2. The deck is primarily yellow, so that's about what we can afford anyways. And we have Spell Void 2 just on the board, which notably this isn't ward we choose when Spell Void applies. And we kind of have like ward 1-ish, ward a half with Empyrean Rapture. So AB2 plus Halo lets us Spell Void 4 on their Wildfire, or block 4 on their Wildfire, without having to rely on any ward. So that kind of nullifies that Kano game plan, and I think insulates us from kind of the higher tier Kanos. Because like the bad Kanos, I think you'll just roll with Heralds anyways, but if we can with one sideboard slot make the matchup really comfortable, or one extra sideboard slot I would say, it's probably worth it. And so that's where I landed on, for sure, a controversial inclusion. If you don't respect any wizard, I think it's fine to not have it. And if you know, if you just want to disrespect Kano a little bit, it's not like the matchup is unfavored if you're not playing Silent Stilettos. I think we're still quite favored, but I think it is quite a bit of matchup percent equity for one deck slot inclusion. What's the idea behind Parable compared to other instant auras? Great question, Zach. So Genesis, I think, is the best yellow instant aura because it's a 2-for-1. Not trading two of our cards, or two of their cards for one of our card, but we get 2 Spectra for the price of, or sorry, 2 auras for the price of 1 Spectra, because we play it on the end of our opponent's turn off of a blue and tunic, and then immediately make a Spectra so at the start of our turn. So that one's the easiest, and then I have room for one more. So there's Parable, there's Ode, and there's Merciful Retribution. Ode, I just don't really see it. We have plenty of Go Again from Luminaris already, so that mode isn't relevant, and it doesn't do much versus the high popper, low action point decks. So it really, hey, welcome to Waffle. So it really comes down to, do we want Parable or do we want Merciful? I think there is a very strong argument for both. Where I've landed right now is, so a Parable kind of does an impression of a Celestial Reprimand or a Blinding Beam. Anything that saves a Herald from being popped, Parable can do that as well. Currently on 2 of each. I think 2 of each is very reasonable. But where Parable I think is really important is Bravos are realizing that the only way they win this matchup is they aggro us down and they just kill us with go again and really big attacks. If they are ignoring your Spectra, Merciful doesn't do that much. It buys you a point or two of arcane damage when your Spectral Shields die. But Parable of Humility, if they're ignoring it, you know, in 2 turn cycles, it's 2 passive points of value, and it just increases beyond that, right? So I think Parable being a kind of pseudo, very expensive Celestial Reprimand, and being something that farms passive value as your opponents ignore it, make it a stronger choice over Merciful for me right now. Hi all, can't stay, just good luck. Stop playing bad Figments. Vishra, what bad Figments are there here? These Figments are straight gas. These are all great. I will say, if in the future iterations of the deck where we do start playing Poppers, because I imagine one of these Yellow Heralds should be like 3 Celestial Cataclysm. I just wanted something really simple for this like initial bout of testing. Bellona is not good. I disagree with you, Vishra. I think Figment of War is excellent because a Courage token on a Yellow Herald of Triumph is really, really good. And on Tenacity or Erudition, it's actually Courage tokens on Erudition are really good because it means they can't give a 3 block and 2 block on armor anymore to block it out. But there is something really cute with Rebirth that you can do, which I admit is really good, which is if you have yellow poppers like Celestial Cataclysm, you can grab your Figment of Rebirth and then put that popper on top of your deck, and you're guaranteed to draw one in the next hand, which can be really important for generating tempo in the mid to late game versus Dromai. So I can see the argument. For now, I think the Courage is too good, but maybe in future iterations of the deck we find room for Rebirth. That's kind of the logic behind everything here. I think everything else should be pretty self-evident. We're playing more Figments than we used to on Celestial Fury because we're not a total disaster when we draw them. There are like primary pitch cards. And beyond that, let's just see how this list works out. I'm kind of nervous. Like I said earlier, that tension between yellows and blues in the deck building. So we're playing 33 yellows, which gives us a 4% chance to whiff on a yellow, a 4% chance to not have access to go again from Luminar's Angel's Glow in a given hand. And then we're playing 24 blues total. 3, 6, 9, 12 of those are Spectra though. And so we have 12 blues that aren't Spectra. Now, we can afford to not play every blue Spectra that we see, but, you know, with 12 non-Spectra blues in the deck, and we want to draw one every turn, it's only about 60% of hands that we get like a free weapon swing. I'm mildly concerned that's not high enough. It might end up being that 27 blues is mandatory for this strategy, but I'm really trying to push the boundaries here. By the way, if you're not familiar with the hypergeometric calculator in February, can't recommend this tool enough, because we can look at, for example, the differences in odds of drawing 2 blues when we have 24 blues in the deck. It's about 53% versus 27. It's about 61%. So that really lets you get analytically a feel of how consistent your deck is as you tweak numbers like that. I think the plan is very doable with 27 blues, so really what I'm pushing tonight is 24 enough? Rebind Figment of Erudition is game winning. That's a good point, Vishra. Put in all the angels, they're too pretty to not be played. I like the thought, Kari. And in fact, there are, in my mono lag list, I am playing all 8 Figments and Light of Soul. I think they are, the cards are gorgeous, of course, but I think they are just quite good when you're all in on playing Luminar's Angel's Glow. Play the angels, you have marvels up. That is the real way to do it, Zachary. No Light of Soul in this list, just because space is so tight on the switchboard. I think it's a slam dunk in Luminar's Angel's Glow lists. I mean, I agree. Light of Soul is an absurd card. It's just like, where's the space here? I'm not sure, especially in terms of like no blocks as well, because we already have 9 no blocks because of these parables. I think Light of Soul is an Angel's Glow only card, and I think it is a very, very good card in Mono Lag. Let's go ahead and save this deck. We're gonna name this Heavy Hitter CC and specify please no LL, because if you missed last stream, my first 2 games were versus a Chain and a Starvo. And this deck is not built to beat either of those decks. They still ended up being very interesting games, which was interesting. Just kind of goes to credit how strong of an upgrade this Angel's Glow is over Celestial Fury. If memory serves, I did beat the Chain, which was kind of wild because it was full Seeds of Agony Chain. Open format Q can be a bit slow because it's not just like default CC. However, we will keep the games rolling as fast as possible tonight. Kassai won the die roll. I think Kassai is an Iris matchup. A lot of her reactions and buffs, like Second Swing and Blade Runner, specifically increase the power of the second attack. And so I think she struggles to present damage and clear Spectra efficiently. So we're going to... Oh, hey, Zach. So we're going to go first. We're going to play Iris Plan. And we're just going to attempt to outvalue this Kassai. We want Tunic. We want Wave. Oh, sorry. I actually have matchups coded in here. Mic volume's too low compared to browser volume. Let me adjust my ratios a bit. Oh yeah, my volume is way too low. It's usually like 300%. I don't know why it got reset to 100%. Hello, hello. Can you hear me now? Is my audio better now compared to the desktop? Can you hear the background music, by the way? Because I have a bad habit of making it way too quiet sometimes. So much better? Okay, sorry about that. Matchup's kind of weird because like Heralds aren't bad. Triumph definitely is quite good because it's just Fiendless Fighting Spirit. I think this is fine. Let's just try this. Notice on the IP3 videos that my audio is way quieter than my toes. Yeah, ooh, what a hand. What a hand. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of the way that this mic specifically is gain is set up. I think we're just supposed to drop double aura here and be happy about it. Because passing plus pierce is an especially dangerous combination. And I'm not super sad about putting this Herald of Triumph in my arsenal. I definitely don't want the Figment in my hand, right? But like, Kassai doesn't run a million poppers. This hand is quite strong. Yeah, they're just killing Pierce. Okay, so we've got the tempo. Need to get this Shimmers down for sure. So it's just like swing, drop Shimmers. Or it's Swing, attack with Triumph, Arsenal the Genesis. Double aura again and win. That's true. Yeah, we can just do that, can't we? Especially because, like, Genesis plus Shimmers, now opponent has no good options. Alright, go ahead. Sometimes it's the simple lines that are hard to see. Look at that. Look at that. What a hand. We get to attack twice and end on this Herald of Triumph. Star of the Battlescape is pretty reasonable. I would actually like my Wave of Reality to be popped though, so I definitely am not blocking this. We also, with the board state already this good, I'm kind of interested in popping Halo for protection reasonably soon. Probably after the Genesis is killed, because currently it's a reasonable source of spectral shields. Okay, there's a front pump. That's nice. Okay, can we use all the cards in our hand? This gets ensouled to Genesis, and then it's swing, swing, swing. We don't know what the last card will be. Because I think they're killing Genesis or Shimmers. It's unclear. I still don't really feel like I love blocking this. Even if I have to Arsenal Herald of Erudition, it's not the end of the world. Sure, they're giving it go again. They'll be able to kill the Spectra on the follow-up. But our board state is already significant. Oh, attacking us. So they're just going to let us have this Genesis? Sure, I will go to 21 if it means I get to keep this board. Absolutely. Alright, well, let's throw away one of these Herald of Eruditions. Oh my god. Sometimes it's just handed to you on a silver platter. Okay. What's our worst aura here? Hit Passing Mirage? Yeah, it's passing. So we're going to swing, 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 drop Haze Bending. This we can turn into an Iris Swing with our Fyendal Spring Tunic. I'm going to move the combat chain up. Can never see what's going on when it's down over our board of permanents. I do think we're going to have to start blocking quite soon. Once I drop this Haze Bending, Kassai might just be looking to go face for essentially the rest of the game. And there is quite a suite of armor over there. Draw into more blues, love it. Okay. So we're gonna get to double swing next turn no matter what. Because we can, you know, they're only gonna be able to kill one aura here. I think I'm fine blocking this 3, protecting the Spectral Shield. And then our turn is gonna be like, swing aura, attack with Herald of Triumph, pitching Ravages. We have a... So I'm only taking 1 here, losing my Spectral Shield. If the Genesis lives for another turn, we're going to be... Oh my goodness, this is going to be a giant second swing. Yeah, so they're going to go face with this again, huh? Okay, how much do I care about the gold? How much do I care about them having the gold, I should say? This is 6, but it's actually 7. On hit, they get a gold. It's 7 if I block it with attack actions, right? That's what this effect is, right? Yes. If they raise an army, it's bad, but my hand is just straight gas. I'm going to be attacking for 6, 10, 17 next turn. Yeah, I just think our math is better than theirs at this point. I also don't really want to... So if I Genesis here and I draw a blue, it's incredible. If I draw a yellow, it's the same thing. We have 5 reds, 4 reds left in the deck. Yeah, so this is just like upside to Genesis here. Yeah. The odds of us not hitting are just incredibly low there. We already have a haze bending out. And we have like more auras on the board than we can swing with our whole hand, so I'm not super concerned with adding this haze bending to the board. We are just presenting damage to our opponent, and essentially trying to outvalue the damage that they're throwing at us. We're about to have to start blocking is the issue. We also have 2 cards in Soul. We are perfectly set up for a huge Herald of Protection, Aegis, Archangel of Protection swing. But with Shimmers and an aura that has 2 counters out, our opponent is going to need to start respecting that very quickly. I also love that we 8 armor on that vanilla attack, because we are about to attack with a 7 power card that does not have Phantasm because of this Passing Mirage. And this has a very real on-hit effect at a breakpoint. Because if we can get our Figment of Protection without having to spend Halo, it's just extra gravy. No, so they're probably going to take the turn off to kill the passing with holding just 3 cards. This is not a great hand. Luckily, we have outs because they are attacking us. Our Tunic won't be up next turn. This looks like a hand where we have to block and just send Triumph on our turn. Passing doesn't work after Iris. Our weapons. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. That is a good point. Regardless, I think we're going to be okay. Cash and draw 2. Interesting. It's crazy to me how powerful this Kassai deck is when it's like gotten essentially 1 card from the set. There's still a ton of warrior cards that would just beef this deck up, and it already is kind of insane. This is just vanilla, right? So I can block it. There's 3 cards in hand. But like, are you gonna ignore my stuff more? Oh, sad. It had to be Glint. Still going at me. I get the gold back if this hits. I mean, it's gonna hit. Going to 9 versus 24 is concerning. We can Genesis on our turn, fish for the blue. throwing away the Herald of Triumph. Throwing away the Genesis. We're only taking 4 here because of the Spectral Shield. If we draw a yellow or a blue, we're golden. I think we just have to assume that the top part of our deck isn't red. We got there. Okay. Well, I am just going to attack for a lot of damage off of 1 card and call it a day. They also don't know that we don't have a blue as the second card in our hand. But honestly, if they keep ignoring our shimmers, I'm pretty happy to just start like full blocking out and then attacking just with Passive Mirage. Because I don't know about y'all, but a 1 card 7 is really good math last time I checked. We also still have our Familiar Protection. We know it's on the bottom of our deck. So on demand, we can turn a blue into, 5 block at reaction speed. And it gets around, what's the keyword? Reprise? Gets around reprise because it's not blocking from hand. I know we're down 14 life, but I really don't feel like I'm losing this game yet. We're chipping 3, arsenaling this Triumph. Okay. Gotta chill out with these cash-ins, Zach. So this hand, we don't have Tunic Cups, we're not playing the Parable, sure, draw more cards. So the Parable is probably getting pitched to play Herald of Triumph. I actually would like to stop this Cropper, so I'm pretty tempted to pitch Shimmers to go get my Figment of Protection here and souling the Herald of Erudition. It means that we still have a blue block 3 in our hand to be safe. Don't hate it. Just realized it would be super fun to play Rewind against Raise an Army. Lahoris, you're a genius. And I think, our biggest threat of losing here is like blood on our hands. Denying that. By trying to stave off any copper generation seems pretty important. Any more copper generation, I should say. Are you sure this is an Iris matchup? No. I think it is, but I'm not sure at all. It's weird. The Kassai lists are super not well defined yet, and so the number of poppers that I've seen them run is all over the place. I've seen some that have like a ton of Fyendo's Fighting Spirits and play like a super value oriented game plan. I've seen some that just have some Nourishing Emptinesses, or like sorry, it's all in there banished, or like some Scours which are not poppers. It might be that we're just supposed to play Iris or lag Lad felt good when you played versus Adam. Interesting. Might ask Zach for a rematch then and try to play it with the other, in the other direction. You've liked racing them so far. So this also has Go again. It will get buffed, but it still actually won't hit because we have 2 spectral shields. If worst comes to in the swing, gross. So it will hit. Worst comes to worst, I actually can block with his Fortune Herald and just attack with Parable and Tunic on our Passing Mirage for 1 billion damage. Alright, well there's their copper. If they have blood on their hands, they have blood on their hands. I do think it's important to note that, like, you as chat have seen essentially all of the games I've played with Prism so far. Just because Lad came out at a weird time where, like, I was super busy with work and then the holidays happened, so my fab playtime has been really low actually recently. But it kind of makes it really fun and weird because it means I get to explore the deck with y'all and we get to figure it out. So I had to jinx it into existence. How's stream so far? We're currently losing to Kassai Celis because we're trying to play Iris and I'm not sure that it's the way to go. As chat is pointing out to me right now, actually. Six yellow auras in the 80 versus 12 blue auras. So yes, Archon, except that we have Mage Master Boots to turn a double blue, 2 blues into a double aura turn. Okay. Gives a weapon go again this turn, second attack this turn, second attack this turn. So I'm looking at 6 damage here. This matchup is scary. One of them I did. Yeah, so then Centauri Sabers remember if they've been defended by the Sky Action card yet this turn. So they kind of get this little natural buff, which is just what we were chatting about there. The TLDR is I'm super dead. Is 24 blues not enough? We've had multiple hands this game where we were awkward on only having like a blue or no blues. Kassai is always scary. This deck is absurd. I think it's my front runner for strongest hero out of heavy hitters right now, and it's not particularly close. We are so dead, we are so dead. Not risking drawing. A red right now. It's fine, we'll just block out everything they do and attack for 1 million next turn. Not if we don't draw any blues though. It's kind of wild. Opponent has killed actually 0 Spectra. And it's working. This deck might be more efficient than I realized. Or more like offensive than I realized, I should say. Also, there's a real issue, which is that all of our cards are attack action cards. So the sabers get buffed really easily. Also, the moment they draw another blood on... There is poppers. Red fighting spirits. The moment Zach draws another blood on her hands, the game's just kind of over. Overall record against Kassai is 4-10, including of a variety of heroes played on my side. I mean, that sounds about right, Lahoras. It's just a really good deck. Oh my god, the second swing is huge. So we just have to give our whole everything. We still go to 2. Oof, ouch, owie. Yeah, we might just be dead. Fi can't block heralds at all. Yeah, I mean, I think we're... Hey, we finally found a D-react. We only have 3 in the list, but it would have been nice to see a soul shield earlier instead of clogging up arsenals with heralds. This is for 7. No resources floating. Why block with Tunic? Because we're just dead. Like it's a gesture, but I'm not confident we can pull this game out anymore. So we can go to 1 if we soul shield. Would ALS be good? Versus blood on her hands, yes. Everything else, not really. Soul is kind of useless in this game because we don't have any other figments. They do have attack reactions. We're so dead. Just hanging on for dear life. I guess there's like a world where Kassai draws... Ooh, excuse me. Kassai draws in a bad or red hand. Nah, we're just dead because we drew a parable. Turns out this card, not super great when our opponent is attacking with weapons and not attack actions, at least for their like primary swings. This is 3, except it's 4 because of attack actions. And then we died a second swing. So I think Reality Fracture might be better than Iris in many cases, not only for the extra 1 power, but also costs 2 instead of 3. I'm still not sold, Lahoris. Like, so Refractor would have been fine here, because our opponent was ignoring our Spectra. But the moment they see Reality Refractor, they know they can just kill our Spectra. Let's, GG. So this time I want to go second, because we're going to try Heralds. We're going to play the lag plan. Do we want Tunic or Rapture? I'll tell you what we don't want. We don't want Parable of Humility because they don't have attack actions, they have weapons. I think Refractor versus opponent who knows what they do just gets fatigued. Yeah, that's my concern. I was able to tuck your poppers with Scour, which is fortunate. Oh, interesting, Zach. That's really neat. You think Rapture, Alex? Sure, we'll try it. That is really neat tech, Zach. I don't know if you're listening in chat right now. Let's submit this. Okay, don't pop off too hard because we have a Figment in hand, but other than that, this hand is straight gas for ladder. Like, really, really good. Doesn't have the blue to insulate for footsteps versus a popper, but what it does have is leading with Herald of Triumph, which is popper insulated to begin with. So we probably get to double Herald this hand anyways. In terms of like, if my opponent presents any damage, I'll probably block with Rebirth and then Protection and then Triumph if I need to. But this is, yeah, so they are attacking. This is certainly the strongest card in this hand though. And we're gonna leak turn 0 because liking Judgment in the main, I liked 6 Figments in the main, and Judgment is very strong in excuse me, Judgment is very strong in certain matchups, and so just like having a throwaway Figment in some matchups. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, well the game's over. This is not very probable, by the way. I promise this shouldn't happen very often. So if we've got 5 copies in deck and we're drawing 3 cards, the chance of drawing 2 Figments there is 2%. That is unfortunate. What do we even do here? Attack with God. Oh my god, you know what we should have done? We should have pitched Judgment to activate Rapture when opponent passed. That's the smart thing. So let's try this again. Because we do have this pitch outlet. So what we can do is block 6. Halo pitch to a different Figment, swing the Herald. I don't really want to commit Halo this early when our hand is like so non-functional. So we block here, we take 2. Okay, now our opponent doesn't have an action point. So what we can do is actually activate the Ward on our Imperial Rapture to get this Judgment, this Figment out of our hand. And now, if the disaster case does happen in the next hand, hopefully it's not as much of a disaster. Yeah, so this hand is infinitely more playable. It's kind of funny. So I think we need to lead on Protection. Yeah. Our only blue is the second Herald that we theoretically would throw anyways. Look at that cute little ghost for Phantasm. That's so adorable. So we're kind of out of luck this turn if they have a popper no matter what. This is fine. I actually really like them blocking with not 1 but 2 sources to go again. We'll just throw our second Herald. Hand was still bad, but because opponent didn't have a popper, it's all right. Yeah, so there's definitely like some matchups where, for example, Rebirth would be much better than Judgment. Okay, this hand's playable. Not excellent, but playable. This is 2 into 2. Our hand is War Tune, and then plop down a Pierce Reality, potentially swing an Angel, or Arsenal a Soul Shield. We're gonna be a little bit behind on life, but I think it's a fine setup turn. Because, I mean, opponent just had a 2-card 4. Wish this War Tune wasn't blue, but it's okay. We're still insulated versus a pop here. If they let it hit, we get to pop off with a Angel, and we have the Pierce follow-up no matter what. Valiant Dynamos is just absurd value in this matchup when we're playing Herald specifically, because it helps stop our on-hits so well. Like blocking with these power cards. Just I think Spoils of War is a power card. I would consider it one at least. Drop the Spectra. Arsenal D-React. And now all of our Heralds are at break points, which is pretty nice. Wow, this hand is straight gas. Oh, this hand's really, really good. Okay, so what I'm looking at here is get value out of Footsteps, use Soul Shield for an additional attack, and then on our turn it's War Tune, pitch here, follow up with a second War Tune if they don't pop. If they do pop, we're probably haloing for Figment of Triumph. But if he wants, or if our opponent wants to break the chain to give go again to a Centauri Saber, we get to attack or block with Footsteps a second time this turn. So we're potentially looking at a 2-card 8. Minimum of 2-card 7 after between this pitch card and this Soul Shield. We're behind on life, but we're not out of this game. Okay, so they haven't broken the chain. This is just 2 damage. We're gonna pass, see if there's any tricks up the sleeve. Yeah, there's a Blade Runner. It'll put the second Saber to 4. And now there's thinking about killing the Pierce Reality versus attacking us, which makes total sense. I was expecting more of an all-out assault, which is why I committed to pitching the blue to Footstep plus Soul Shield. Especially considering how many cards were available. Maybe I pulled the trigger too fast there. Even if we end up wasting these 2 resources though. Smells it. 2 floating is probably Soul Shield. So I guess kill Pierce. That is quite smart, Zat. I kind of buried the lead there, I guess, huh? But, I mean, Pierce Reality was a blue 0 for 4 there, essentially, right? Anyways, let's have a 3-card 14 with 2 on hits at breakpoints. It has to be Fighting Spirit. So our turn is just over. Specifically red Fighting Spirit. So Triumph doesn't put this to a 6 power. GG. We are looking like absolute fools here. Yes, go. This is a... how many blues are in this Kassai deck? Having a fighting spirit that's red, not yellow, is kind of bold, because if you're stranded with it in hand, you're probably not attacking with it. This is huge. I'm pretty happy soul shielding this though. It's not like this passing Raj is going to do much anyways. Okay, so now there's sabering for 2. The worst case scenario is this is an in the swing, which goes to 5, so we're not losing footsteps here. This is on hit get the first gold, which is relevant. And also get a copper. I don't hate putting gauntlet in front of this to stop 2 coin generation, because that needs to be exactly in the swing to hit. It doesn't. Okay. So now, are we gonna get to hit with a Herald finally? Because we're on turn 5 and we have yet to. This deck is such a fridge that we haven't actually hit yet. No, looks like we're not. Looks like we're not. Are we actually doing better with this plan versus the Iris though? That's kind of what my concern was. Like, I feel like we have accomplished literally nothing this game, and it's not like the opening hand was not good, but it's not like our hands have been atrocious. The red fighting spirit was a blowout. Okay, well, this is why we play zero cost Spectra, to have something to do when our opening herald gets blocked out. Hey, this is a good hand. It's a reasonable hand at least. Smells like a Blade Runner. Now armor is drawn though? Yeah, that's true. Got a lot of work to do. Good thing Parry Dagger is unplayable and constructed. It's Hot Streak that I'm worried about, Jay. Hot Streak seems very, very good. Okay, let's think here. If we eat a bunch of damage, then on our turn we can attack with Triumph. If it's blocked out, we can still Halo for an Angel and attack with an on-hit trigger, or an on-attack trigger. I think our hand is strong enough. Only down 10 by the time I've used all of my equipment is a little dicey. I need to get lucky with poppers. Well, that fighting spirit was pretty lucky, I would say. We're giving up the first gold. This is only for 4. I think I'm kind of okay taking this, because we are just going to command tempo. I think Glad Prism can snowball pretty quickly when you get a foothold. I think I'm chilling. There's no... Oh, just clearing Arsenal? Because this does actual 0 if I haven't blocked from hand. Alright, so there's a power card going in Arsenal. That seems very important to know. Alright, we're only down 24 life. Time for a comeback. And I specifically think this is okay because I can really safely Halo here and still have a turn after this Triumph is blocked out. Also, though, I can just throw a blue Triumph, which is probably what I'm going to do. Because there's no armor left. Kassai has to give both cards to block this out. Wouldn't it be better to Wartune first than Triumph? Wartune was the only yellow in that hand, Rocky, and so I have to pitch it if I want go again. Hey, we finally dealt damage. Alright. What are we getting here? I mean, we just want to have a free arsenal card, I think. Excuse me. It's Jover? I don't know that it's Jover. Oh my god, what a lucky blind draw. Sorry, I still in LCF mindset. All good, Rocky, all good. Okay, so I specifically didn't flip Rapture there. Oh, we drew a Figment in this hand. This hand's really not great. I didn't flip Rapture there because I don't want Soraya to die to the first random thing that gets thrown at us. Like this Scour the Battle Scape. This hand's really not good. I'm looking at block 3, pitch to Soul Shield, awaken Soraya, attack with Soraya. Actually, I probably don't block 3. I probably hold a second cards that hopefully I can attack with the Wartune Herald as well. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, I should be putting footsteps. Hold on. Yeah, this should be a turn where I'm footstepping. Because this doesn't look suspicious like a Soul Shield because I have the Figment on the board. It just looks like I'm getting ready to awaken, which to be fair I am. Huh? Oh, I blocked with the Ravages. Ugh. The code on footsteps can be really annoying sometimes. Okay, block with this, pass, then pitch this to the trigger, which we were trying to do. Okay, we're only down a lot. Only down 21 life. Pass. You got anything better than 2 damage? Ooh, Glint with no reprise. I like that. I'll take 2 here. For real though, do you have anything good? Just Saber? Passing Mirage. Interesting. Alright, well I didn't expect to have this many cards in hand. Not the end of the world, though. God, Prismatic. Yeah, this is going to be pretty sweet. So we're going to get to swing with Soraya, draw 2 cards, attack with this yellow Wartune Herald, and then also, even if it doesn't hit, probably Halo, get a second Angel, Rapture it, and attack with it. We're doing pretty well. Yes, I want to go up to 4. Whew. All right. Forget the Wartune Herald. We're attacking with this red protection. Why didn't I play Genesis? Oh. Oh, Zachary. Oh, Zachary. Let's go get the Triumph. Ruh-roh. So this is no longer a popper because we just gave it -1 power. And Phantasm checks as it resolves. We're gonna grab, I guess, Figment of Judgment. Sure, I'll turn your popper face down just out of spite. We are going to... Oh, this is interesting. We're gonna awaken for free. What did I say in the Discord the other day? Don't look at life totals. You're right, Alex. You're right. You're right. We're gonna awaken our throwaway angel. Why not get the courage to make up the life totals? I don't know what my first attack next turn is going to be, and I don't want to waste the courage on an attack that it isn't particularly good on. So you might think... No, I don't want to banish a card from Soul on this Themis. What am I, some sort of fool? What did I do wrong, Dark? Hold on, we're in suspense now. Everyone's staring at the chat. Life total isn't real. Listen, Dark, it's been a while since I played Illusionist. But yes, you're right. Life total isn't real. So this is just to get this Figment out of our hand. It doesn't actually do anything. And then we have a bunch of no block cards in the bottom of our deck that we don't want to draw. Also, Bologna would have been hot there. Maybe I messed up then. Maybe I should have gotten Bologna. Certainly wish I had Bologna right now, but... Attacking at Soraya? Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense, makes sense. Okay. What else is going on here? Five at me? Hey, that looks like something that is worth soul shielding. Okay. Well, I do wish I had the Figment now, but hey, this Herald of Tenacity is trying to hit. Have you met my friend? First name Soul, last name Shield. Yeah, for real, right? Yeah, so this looks like a turn where we Herald of Tenacity into... I don't know. What do y'all think about dropping the Pierce? Well, hold on. We have a lot of options here. We can just attack with Themis, drop Pierce, Arsenal Soul Shield. That's probably the play, actually. This Tenacity is guaranteed to hit, but what are we getting with it? Like Ravages or Protection? Protection's not bad here. If they have the Popper, we're really sad, though. I think this is the safer play, and it also puts a D-React in our arsenal. Pierce puts so much pressure on. Yeah. We do not want to banish from Soul on this Themis. Angel Herald also play. Yeah. Herald of Tenacity is not super good if it doesn't have Go again, though. And Celis, I think, is right. This is really scary now. Themis into Pierce is pretty good. Also, look at those. Nice, much closer life totals now. Oh, Herald of Erudition. Yeah, I feel pretty comfy right now. Which is kind of insane because we were down, what, 21 life at the highest disparity this game? Oh my god. Humongous Centauri Sabers. Wish I had an Arclight Sentinel right about now. I do not. They are not in this list. Why play Figment of Judgment over any other Figment? Isn't it the worst? So, Nieka, it's the worst in some matchups, but it still is a Figment. And it actually is very fine to get in scenarios where one Figment doesn't particularly excel, because you don't feel bad about flipping it just to attack with the Angel, even if you're not using the on attack banish ability. And then there's some matchups where it's really, really, really good. I can never work out what to pick. I can't either. That's why I don't play Blood on Her Hands. Yeah, it still has word 4, exactly. There are Figments that are better than Figment of Judgment in most matchups, but Judgment is so much better in the matchup it's really good against, and it still is fine in matchups like this, that right now I have it in my list. I very much could see making room for like Figment of Rebirth later on. We'll see. Okay. There's one. So what were the modes? Blood on Her Hands gives a weapon go again this turn. Okay. So there's no way Themis is living through this turn. So I'm just gonna give up on that, and she can die first. Need to sleep now to look on. Thank you, Lahoris. What are the matchups it's better, aside from the only Shadow Hero, Kano? The ninjas, Niaka. It's very, very good versus Katsu, because it steals one of his combo cards that he banishes after discarding a card. And it's very good versus Phi with Master the Pouncing Lynx, because they cracked their mask, and then still in the resolution step, before they move on to the next chain link, you judge the card that they banished. And then obviously Kano. Those are basically it, but ninjas are scary, and I think having cards to improve our matchup versus them makes sense. Flipping a Bonds saves 8 to 12 damage. Yeah, it's insane how efficient flipping a Bonds is. Okay, so you've got 2 modes on Blood on Her Hands. Picking Go Again and Second Swing. So, like I said, there's no way Themis is living through this turn, so we might as well just let it die here and gain us 4 life. This is 7. It doesn't have Go Again, but there's a resource and a card in hand. There's 2 Slice and Dice here, so I think Soul Shield plus Spectral Shield just makes too much sense. Excuse me. Run through, so it's going to be 4. Did they forget to activate Kassai, or are they missing a yellow? Not sure, Jay. I'm not sure. Okay, so there's a run through here. What are we pitching? Which tier would you say Prism realistically becomes after the weapon releases? I'm gonna be a bit clever, and I'm gonna say C tier, but like the good C tier, wink wink. I don't know, like B plus, A minus tier. I don't think she's the best deck in the format. I think she's quite good. Tiers aren't real. That's a good way to put it. What are we pitching to play the Soul Shield? So there's another Saber Swing after this. If we pitch Passing Mirage, we can block with Footsteps as well and get like a nice little 2-card 7. We are definitely attacking with Herald of Erudition on our turn. I would love to have the passing as a follow-up after that. We haven't seen Pops in a while. I don't know. What do y'all think? I think this is probably pretty safe. But it's safer to have a blue in hand, right? In case their addition gets... Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's just go with the gut. I just have a feeling that this Passion Rush probably isn't getting targeted for the rest of the game, and we've seen a reasonable number of poppers already from opponents, so like it might not be worth anything to play next turn. So probably 2 red Fiendals. Pops are a real threat still, and still have reality on the board. Yeah, it's true. I don't know. I don't know. But my value... I mean, the real question here is, like, does opponent Arsenal? They do. If they did an Arsenal and it's like, I am holding a popper, and it's like, okay, I'm going to attack with Herald of, or Archangel of Triumph. But basically we're just going to call them on it, right? Because if they don't have the popper here, they don't. Oh, so good. So good. What are we getting here? So we're going to be Angel attack into Wartune Herald. We've got 1,000,000 soul. They also didn't block with any cards from hand, so they think they want to just kill us this turn cycle. Easy Aegis. Yeah, that's kind of where I was going. The fact that they held cards means that they're going to have a big crackback, so we want to save up some life. Nope, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to awaken the Aegis. Wait. What's the wait, Toki? Doesn't Ravages threaten lethal? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It does. Interesting. Well, the fact that they didn't block our Erudition means that they probably aren't going to block this Wartune as well. We can grab Ravages there. Oh no, Wave Ironhide Arms. Been a while since I've seen that. We're trying a little bit of spice, Joshua. We're trying a little bit of spice. Yes, please do me some special shields. Arcane's a huge threat with no AB. Yes, it is. I mean, it's one of our closers, right? Yeah, I'm pretty happy with Iron Rock Gauntlet. Dynamo on the ally was wrong. Oops. You gave Dynamo on the Herald of Erudition, right? Yeah. If we grabbed War there, we could have threatened lethal very sneakily, too. Ahead on life? Inconceivable. 4, 7. Yeah, we only have Ward 7 on the board. Alright, alright. I'm seeing maybe Luminar's Angel's Glow is better than Iris. At least in this matchup. I could believe it. The Wartune could have been 8 and 1 find 1 Arcane. Oh, opponent's just dead. They took it? So they think they're killing us next turn? We put them to 1 here. Do you ladder Iris against Reinhardt? With this list, I'm Irising, but I think the real answer is I'm just losing. Oh, because I could buff Bologna. This is 5. I can just give up Aegis plus a Spectral Shield? Sure. I just have to keep telling myself life totals aren't real. Remember when we were down 21 life this game? That's so crazy. It's actually insane. Let's see. This is just for 3. I'm fine with just losing my Spectral Shields here. Sure. Merciful is so nice in these spots. That's true. It's also really bad for like all of the other times you would have drawn it in this game. That said, we're playing 3 Genesis that are doing stone cold nothing except be no blocks. Yeah, I do in fact think we're getting there. Just gotta live to draw Ravages, all else fails. Yeah, I mean we have done that successfully. Oh, we don't even need to block here because we have Aegis, right? 7, 8, 9, 10. The highest this ever goes is 11. And we have ward 4 on the board, so we just say no blocks. Worst comes to worst, we actually can Awaken Triumph as a reaction. And then opponent at no action points, we'll Awaken Second. Yeah, talk about a comeback. Life totals are not real with this deck. Whew. So, did that plan feel better because it's the... Good game, Zach. Both of them. Did that plan feel better because it's the correct plan into Secum or Sechem? I don't know, Archon. I'm not sure. Once you run out of equipment, the game is so short. Yeah, and I mean, Kassai already has a very large fridge compared to most heroes. Plan is mid and blitz because 20 life and CC you have more room. Yeah, this is just like... Well, but my question is, did lag feel better because it is correct in this matchup, or because the Iris plan doesn't have enough blues and support in this 80 cards? You haven't played against Aura's matchup much. Angels is win rate is good on Talishar, but you blocked very well and you kept life total high. I think it's funny that you say I kept life total high because I was down 21 life, I think. We went down 20 life and still made it back. That was a bad game for Lad. That's true. That's true. Yeah, I guess that is about as bad as it can be. Oh, it was a low roll because we had... So, Zach, now that you're back, the reason it was so important for me to rewind and make the correct play of pitching the Figment to Rapture on turn 0 was because when I didn't make that correct play and I drew up, my opening hand was 3 Figments and a Blue Herald. It was almost like disastrous. If you didn't have the red Findles too. Yeah, and specifically that it was red Findles, right? Because if it was a Nourishing Emptiness, we could have haloed around it and still had a very fine turn that turn. I think you only lost 10 by the time that you lost the fridge. Yeah. It can get worse for lag. I had seen a third of my poppers and over half my deck. If I get on the lucky side of RNG, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, red Findles playing around Halo definitely feels correct. But that was a really good 2-game set. Let's head back to the homepage and see if we can... Oh. Favorite deck's not working. See if we can potentially get some games in versus a different hero. open format, heavy CC, public. Not single player game. GG's indeed. Phi. Okay. Well, this is definitely a lad matchup. And it's one where Parable is actually very good. We don't want any of these cards, so we're just going to submit our default 60 and have a hope and a dream. Oh, so this is an important question. I have a hard time picking between Rapture and Spring Tunic versus... Good luck, have fun, Ash UK. Tunic versus Rapture. If they're on Kodachi's, Rapture is just abysmal. And Tunic is way better. If they're on Emberblade, Rapture is really, 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 really good. I think Kodachi Phi tends to be the more popular deck right now. I'm going to err on the side of caution with Tunic. That might be incorrect. It's Emberblade, so we wish that we had Rapture. You always like the tempo of Rapture even in Kodachi's. It might be that I'm supposed to play Rapture and Defy all the time. I'm not really sure. Oh my god, we get a free Parable of Humility turn 0. Close to getting to play 2 of them turn 0, but this is acceptable. We get to Arsenal this Yellow Rebirth, which is perfectly fine. And this is going to be worth a lot of value. They have to kill it this turn cycle, and even if they do, it probably saves us 3 life-ish. The big problem with Iris is that the board is ignorable. I love Dark your segmented messages because it just leaves me on the edge of my seat. Like, what's the rest of the context? Opponents can race because you need cards to turn on the aura attacks. Yeah. So are you a monolad believer, Dark? Because I kind of really like the idea of monolad. I just haven't figured out Bravo yet. On 1 card hands, 4 aura boards and 1 aura boards do the same damage. You still think we need the switchboard? This is for 2. It's the opening chain link, so there's no effects because I'm not Icelander. I'm not doing frostbites anymore. I'm pretty happy to take this one on the chin. Bravo is unfigurable in monolag. I think you might be able to do it. This is for 3. What's our hand comp looks like? We can give up this Ravages. Yeah. So after this, it's probably like 1 more attack for 2, and then popping Arsenaling. It's probably more value if we just hold this hand, right? And then Arsenal the Soul Shield. I see we're also still ignoring the big Dragon Shift Elephant in the room. Yes, we are. That matchup doesn't exist, Dark. But hey, you can ask Jake Warburton. I heard that it's winnable, which is good enough for me. Yeah, let's just say no blocks here and hold a quite respectable hand. Dragons are extinct. It's fine. I've been hearing that Dromai is winnable. I'm not 100% sure. This is Cinderstrand at Parable, I assume. At me? Oh, because you can... You can do the Phoenix Swing for 0 power at the Parable. Sure. Alright, Fi. Not bad. You did 6 damage. Now it's my turn, though. Definitely wish... Hey, welcome, Zero. Definitely wish I had Rapture, for sure. So what, this is Ravages into Triumph? Or Rebirth into Triumph? How does the new Luminaris? So we lost the game versus Kassai playing Iris, and then we won a game versus Kassai playing Luminaris. Turn 1 Parable is so toxic. Yeah, you aren't kidding. Soul Shield is okay to Arsenal, but I don't think it's excellent. Because it's essentially just Lava Burst that we care about. Getting close to full value out of it. So it probably just looks something like this, in terms of like 2 Heralds attacking this hand. Ravages, if it's popped, you can rebirth it back. You do think Rebirth is mandatory to have a chance to draw the Figment. Yeah, that makes sense, Jake, to just be able to on-demand get a popper mid-game. Why not lead with Triumph here, by the way? Great question, Archon. So when we lead with this, we can Footsteps after being popped and then attack with Triumph. And Triumph, that kind of gives away where both of our Heralds have a... both of our Heralds have Insulation versus poppers at that point. Kinda happy just getting War here. Pumps Triumph to 7, so it's more likely to hit when we attack with it here. War, Protection, and Ravages all are kind of like very similar there, I think. We're not doing your addition because we already have an Arsenal. Judgment is for this Master the Pouncing Links, which we're going to make them very, very, very sad. Yeah, I mean, Rapture this turn would have been cracked. But if they have Gradachis, it would have been so bad, right? Maybe Rapture is still correct. Let's just grab Ravages and have our Wincon on the board. Oh, maybe it's supposed to be Protection? I'm not sure. Alright, well this hand is very good. So like if I have Rapture, I definitely am leading with Triumph there, right? Because I want... I don't know, I think you can make arguments either way. What are we doing here? We probably... I mean, we're going to do Double Herald again next turn. It's going to be Ravages into Rebirth. These aren't very good while there's still this giant fridge here. So we have one spare card to block with this turn. It's going to be this Tenacity. Oh, we don't have it. We don't have a spare blue, but we'll have Tunic up. So we're still insulated from Popper. So the question is, do we want to block with this Tenacity now or later? If I kept a full hand, I'm inclined to think we'll be able to get blocked value out of this Tenacity later, especially in case they have something like a Snatch to end the chain link with. Ooh, Art of War? Yeah, we'll definitely be able to block with this Tenacity. Teresa's for attack and at worst 1 health is fine, not great. but gets them closer to having a blot. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just supposed to be Rapture. I dare you to crack that Master of the Pouncing Lynx. Really dislike Rapture in ninjas. Sounds like a hotly contested topic. Just tuning in, how have the games been doing so far? Hey, welcome, Matt. So we played 2 games versus Kassai, so far. We played one as Iris, where we lost, and we played one as Luminaris, where we won. I think you just treat Angels as more of a health bonus with Rapture into these fast steps, other than their addition, which is too good to throw away. I could see it, Jake. It's just... Is the health bonus... like, ooh, Flame Ball Awakening, spicy. Rapture and a Katsu for sure. It's a game of breaking skills versus Rapture for the whole game. Huh. I hadn't considered that, Alex. That's very interesting. This sure gets a Phoenix Flame. Blocking here doesn't do anything. We're not stopping on hits. Or a breakpoint, really. You think a lot of 5s are getting off of Kodachi, so maybe hedging against that isn't correct as well. Interesting. Why do you think 5s are banning Kodachi? Because my perception was that it was the better 5 strategy. I'm just genuinely curious. There's still 2 cards in hand. One of them is going to be an Emberblade plus Phoenix Flame. It's just good old 5 turns. Pass? Question mark. This one I need to block. If I was trying to worry about people playing too efficiently off low card hands. Interesting, Celis. Why is Tunic better against Kodachis than Rapture? If you're getting 1 health out of your Angels because they died to Kodachis, it's pretty unfortunate. That's the logic, at least. How do we want to block this Rising Resentment? Is it just put 2 cards in front of it? Probably. So it's like this. And then it's attack with Rebirth, Arsenal Ravages. We just want to block this out, because if this is like any of the 1-cost Draconic cards, we don't want to give them the discount. When Rising Resentment hits. It was like the first real on hit they presented that chain. Thinking really hard about their last card. Sure. 5 for 3? 4? Oh my god, what a turn. Art of War is a silly card in this deck. Oh, no you don't. No you don't. And this is why you hold cards for late in the chain versus Fi, because we want to be able to deny their Master of the Pouncing links. Hold on. I'm supposed to... Do I not have always hold priority turned on? I'm on auto pass? No, 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 no. Always hold priority. Let's judge that lava burst before it deals 1,000,000 damage to us. I clicked the wrong button. Oh my god. Thank you, Dark. That was almost really bad. That was almost really bad. Thank you very much. Okay. Well, that was extremely painful. Attack for 6, threatening on hit. Judgment felt pretty good there, though. Gotta admit. The issue is now we're going to be staring down lethal from this Fi every turn. Also think it should always be on Rapture in this matchup. By a huge metric. Okay, well, I do respect your opinion a lot, Dark, so I will try to run this back with Rapture. We have gotten actual 0 value out of Tunic so far, and I would have Raptured every chance I got. So maybe it is just definitely correct as I think about it. Even just looking back on this one game, right? Probably just no blocking here. Yeah, I can't imagine there's a world where Fi blocks this and he doesn't. Sure. We'll rebuy a yellow. Yeah, I would love an arsenal here. Please be good. That's very good. That is what we want, in fact. All right, we get to do the thing now. Card revealed is a command and conquer, so there are poppers in this deck, believe it or not. Excuse me. Is this just dumb? He's gonna attack for a bunch after this. We're gonna have 2 floating. I probably shouldn't be blocking on this random opening Ravenous Rabble. Hey, welcome Rayland. I just get scared when life totals are this low. Blazing Hedgehog. I can only really comfortably block with 1 more card. Normal to feel like I went Rapture when facing Everblade. Should just cash in Tunic counter for Footsteps here, TBH. You don't think we're flipping Erudition and attacking with it next turn, Dark? Not like we're doing anything else with it. We're sending Warting Herald off of Tunic counter next turn, I thought. Hey, welcome, Hugo. I mean, this one I'm not gonna block. There's no on hit. Bye-bye Bologna plus 4 health? Oh. Y'all are thinking about this differently than me. We know he's gonna have the popper. I mean, game's just over, right? Just play Wave? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. It's in my deck. Wave Rapture is nuts. Oh. Oh. I get it now. Okay. Yeah. I get it. I understand. I got the assignment. I hadn't considered that, honestly. This is the part where I've like played 10 games with this deck. I don't know this because I don't play Dromite. That is correct. I don't play Dromite. I have to block everything now. All Dromite players know that Wave is insane versus Kodachi. This is for 5? That's so much. That's like a rude amount. So it's Awaken plus block with Tunic? I mean, the game is over. It doesn't really matter what we do here. Fight still has all of his armor and stuff. Can't flip because of Shuko. Yeah, so we just have to give 2 cards. Good point. Okay, so we can't actually attack with an Angel next turn, so we're just going to flip Judgment and have Insulation. And then our turn is... Activate Tunic, attack with War Tune, which admittedly we wouldn't be able to do if we had Rapture equipped here. But we also would be up a substantial amount of life from Rapture. Aegis Flip protects your angels with shields against Kodachi. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the logic behind why I am playing Red Protection. We haven't seen that card yet this game, I guess. Is that those Spectral Shields are good versus Kodachi's and, like, Dromai's random Arcane Pains, Viscerai too. Oh yeah, we knew they had the Popper, because they flipped it to Ravenous Rebel. I'm dumb. Okay. We're still dead anyways. Figment in hand is scary. This hand can block a lot though, and we have a Themis on the board. We might not die this turn, which is kind of nuts. Alright, I mean... Oh, it's a bad hand. So, hot tip fight, you definitely should be attacking Themis with this, because Themis is going to eat the damage anyways. And you could have gotten the on-hit effect if you had pointed the damage at my ally. Furnace in order to swing Emberblade. We will... give 1 card. Our turn will be Awaken and swing Soraya, sandbagging this protection. How are we not dead? This is insane. This is actually insane. If we pull this game off, it will be the comeback of the century. I would like to draw 2 cards, please. Whew. We might get to double Herald here. It's funny how red Heralds are becoming staples now. Yeah, I mean, they're really good. Breakpoints are very good. Okay, so this is with 4 resources. Triumph into protection. Oh my god. Fi definitely doesn't have a 7 power popper, so we get to play both of these. This is a spot where Rapture feels super good. Yeah, I bet. But, I mean, like, there's a world where we pull this game off, which is nuts to say. We don't have Aegis out yet, right? Aegis definitely coming next. I would not say that I have this game yet, but we're getting close. Oh my god, Fi's blocking with cards from hand. I smell blood in the water. You know what they say, life totals aren't real. Don't have the popper. We get to put 2 spectral shields on the board here. Whew. Now, if only we had Rapture to flip. Would have been so good. Okay. We don't have a blue to footsteps, and his hand's not what we wanted to see at all. So this is Tunic plus our 2 spectral shields? I think so. Rapture not blocking feels terrible. Yeah, but it's getting you a bunch of value from the resources you generate, so like, it's fine. This is Blade here. You'd have to have flipped before and would have wasted a resource. Time to play everyone's favorite minigame, Protect Soraya. I mean, I think the Fi is forgetting that he is allowed to attack our allies. Which feels like a very important piece of this puzzle right now. Because Soraya needs to die, or that Soraya is how I stay in this game. The fact I'm getting away with bloody murder here by being allowed to live with this Soraya. Oh no, I'm dead. Because this Phoenix Flame is buffed by spreading flames. No, I'm not. I can flip. Okay. Flip. Yep. Because Shuko is drawn. Whew, okay. Shuko being gone is the part that I was missing there. Oh my god, we're getting away with bloody murder. Alright, this is our last free Soraya, though. Hey, that's really good. Now, imagine if we had Rapture and we could awaken and swing. Bye-bye, Bologna. Bologna did what she was meant to do. That's a hit and flip? Yes, absolutely. We don't actually have any figments left in the deck. But I'm still flipping protection here. If this... No, not even if this Fortune Herald hits. I just am flipping protection here. Well, we haven't been blown out by a popper immediately. So, Oh, we're getting the 2 blocks. Life totals aren't real. Oh, we do have a figment left. Sure. I mean, I don't have Halo, so the Triumph isn't going to do anything anyways. Looks a lot like gain 4 life to me. Oh, another bad hand. Friendly reminder though, like, this fight could have played it smart and just sent 4 damage at Soraya last turn, and this would have been so much different. Alright, we just have to live with Sekrum, because they're at 2 with no AB. And it looks like we're going to be able to do that. This is a snatch snap. Say that 5 times fast. It's not even Sword and Flame, it's Snatch. They're thinking about now snatching Soraya, but like, it's just game over. Oh, Soul Shield to have soul. I'm silly. I missed the part where this number at the bottom was 0. Luckily, they still have not realized that they can attack our angels, and so they're pointing this at us. Talishar is so hard to play because just it's not hard to play. The client is great. I miss lots of little stuff, like the fact that I don't actually have soul right now. They did just throw though. So we can't awaken and swing Sekrum with arcane damage, but we can draw 2 more cards. And if I can't close the game out here, I would be ashamed. Sink below, that helps. Fi can't hear me. I mean, they could be tuned into the stream dark. Oh, he has headphones in. That's pretty funny. So what, it's Fortune, withdraw again, like this, and then Arsenal this Triumph, I guess? I don't know. We're resource short being able to play this Triumph. Another D-React? Fi finding all the sync blows at awkward times. Soraya casual draw 7. I guess I'll put this Herald of Triumph in Arsenal. I don't know. Played Blaze Headlong targeting. Played Blaze Headlong targeting me. Soraya, it's been a pleasure. I think it's time for you to cash in your Ward 4. Okay. So we just lead on Blue Triumph for bad manners, right? You have strong words with Ash tomorrow. Oh, do you know this player, Paul? Yeah, we lead on blue triumph for bad manners, right? Friendship with Soraya ended. Now we lose. I think we still win, Hugo, because this takes 2 cards. And then we win. I love their revamped little indicators for keywords. It's such a cute dominate. Good game. Good game, Ash. Oh my god. What a comeback again. Now imagine if we had good equipment. Yeah, imagine if we did have good equipment that game, Dart. You are right. Alright, so Lad is... Am I just like perma signed out of Talishar? This is weird. Lad's kind of insane. Prism can keep tempo. Prism can steal tempo. It's wild. Even if it's Kodachi's Rapture for Life. Yeah, now imagine if they attacked Soraya across any of those 3 turns. I do think... Based in Lad build. I think we probably maybe could have got there if they attacked Soraya at a reasonable point in time. But that was certainly the reason that we were able to hold on for so long. Come to my side, glow is life. Alex, if you show me the game plan that beats Bravo with Angel's Glow, I'll play only Angel's Glow. Alright, so I've heard a lot of conflicting things about this matchup. I think it's an Iris matchup, just because they only attack for like 9 ever at most. The bod. If you play Iris, I swear to God. Yo, drop, yo. This is lag? Alright. I believe you, Dark. It's just they have so many poppers. Oh, hey, Jacob. If your list is dedicated to Lad, Uzuri 6 power poppers don't matter. I don't know how this is lag one way or another. A very controversial matchup, it seems. Alright, so let me ask you this question. If it is lag, is it Rapture or is it Tunic? Because I think it's almost certainly Tunic, right? With all of the daggers. You love how much discourse there is about Lad versus Iris, Jake? It's like Vincent logic, right? Their poppers are their power cards. If they're popping, we are winning. I can see that argument. If they're popping, we're winning. Do we care about daggers enough to play Tunic over Rapture? You're a Rapture believer? Dark? Oh, Captain, my Captain. Is there meant to be only one dagger here? Play the wave? Oh, yeah, I messed that up. Well, Alright, so we both had sideboard issues. Iron Rot is bad into daggers. I'm gonna do the same thing in terms of like going first versus second, and we'll play wave. We'll play wave. Graven Call LFG. I added that card. Nice. All right. So let's run it back. We'll play wave this time. Dark. I'm learning. Let's try that again. All right. Graven's Call and Spider's Bite. This hand is very similar to the last hand. So I'm not sure here. Do we want to throw heralds at them on this turn 0? Graven, really interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure what the idea with that is. Maybe that it gets over special shields? But am I just supposed to throw 2 heralds at them this turn? Or am I just supposed to pass? If I throw 2 heralds, I don't have an arsenal. Not having an arsenal seems quite bad. I think the idea with Graven is they want to repeatedly flick knife into ward. Oh, interesting. No breakpoint is tough. Yeah, I think we're just, looks like a hand where we're kind of just passing. Hey, now that looks straight fire. Don't throw? I'm so good at throwing though, Archon. It's like half of the games that I play here are just throwing in an entertaining way. More than half the games I play on here. Throwing if you have 2 random first. Flick knives do be very, 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 very good in this matchup. Humble? Alright, I have to read this card. Hits a hero, they lose all abilities in their next turn, so I won't get my tutors, and I can't awaken heralds. But I can still throw 2 heralds at Uzuri. I think I'm perfectly happy with just throwing 2 heralds at Uzuri. Because this is starting to be... Hold on, chat. We have a reader. Hey, welcome, Scott. I don't know if you've been here the whole time. This is going to be yellow protection into red protection. Arsenal yellow ravages with a blue backup through the first popper. It's just like essentially the dream hand, right? The only way it gets better is if this is also a red. Because this cares about heralds in name. Yeah, it doesn't care about if this is an illusionist card or anything in that matter. It's just that we don't get figments, we can't awaken angels. And we still get soul if these hit. Been in and out. You just smushed your teammate on fight. Scott, please inform your teammate that they are allowed to attack the angels. Because if they had attacked Soraya on any of those last few turns, I think that game would have ended differently. Oh, Scott and Dark are about to have a heart-to-heart one-on-one. But Ray, your Iris list is low on auras. I'm not sure you're getting the correct auras impression. That's fair, Archon, but like... It's 2 a.m. for y'all. That is respectable. I mean, I can play more blue auras in the main. It would have to be haze bending, and it's really bad. I could play more yellow no blocks in the main, also scary. I don't think there's a good way to add more auras after that 18 that doesn't make the deck just start to be atrocious. This is a scary isolate. What's the worst that can happen here? Nothing much that I care about, right? Even if it's shakedown and they call yellow, they take away my war tune, and I still get to double herald next turn. Sure. Is it CNC? Surgical. Okay. I'll take 4, lose a card. Ah, they got lucky off the top. That's unfortunate. Considering there's only 15 blues in this 60 cards. Yeah, they took yellow War Tune. It's just a clear card to take there. And so now you're here to pick fights with all of us. Yes, including yourself, right, Dark? I think I've seen those before too. Spent the day playing MTG again, and you're still angry about it. Well, that just sounds like self-inflicted torture for no reason. Why'd you do that to yourself? You could have been playing Flesh and Blood. You're playing Magic. So this is our pitch card, obviously. So this is our double Herald. And then potentially we get an Angel Swing in here too. Can I pick a fight another time? It's late. Yes. Sleep, Strat. Sleep, and don't worry. So we're going to lead with the War Tune. If it gets popped, we get to drop the Pierce Reality and be happy. It does get popped. We get to pay 1, drop the Pierce Reality, and be happy. If it didn't get popped, we were going to get to swing Herald of Ravages, or swing an Angel with Rodian and Herald of Ravages, but this is perfectly fine through a popper. Hey, this is another good hand. That's fine. I wasn't really interested in blocking anyways. Definitely I'm not just saying that because it's inconvenient to block. Oh boy, here's another Isolate. We have 2 yellows, so Shakedown and Surgical don't do it. Death Touch? Do I care? Do I like actually care? Including on a feature match. Love seeing the Blood Rot, sure. I love the idea, Dark, of you plopping that library mat down and all the Magic players being like, oh, that's beautiful art, where is it from? Figment of Triumph not in our deck is unfortunate. But this is a Herald of Ravages for 8, because it's Pierce Reality. This would be like the ideal turn to fetch Figment of Triumph as well. It's really unfortunate. Crown of Dominion is your Monarch token. That's awesome. That's pretty dang clever. Love it. Got your winner's photo for a Lorcana event in your LSS hoodie. Awesome. Ooh. Alright, so our Ravages for 8 is giving our opponent a bit of a headache in terms of deciding blocks. Makes me feel good because it means they don't have the popper to just slam down immediately. Oh yeah, Pierce is an absurd card. It always puts in work if it survives for more than a turn or two. We're not gonna claim victory. Are we gonna get to hit? No. Okay. That's alright. People always underestimate Pierce too. Yeah. Alright. So let's talk this out here. Since I have tempo here, I'm so tempted to crack Halo. But surely the correct play is just swing Protection and then pitch Passing Mirage to pay for Blood Rot Pox. Yeah, probably so. Crack Halo for what? For something to do with the card, but I was reminded that I have what? I'm confused. Why didn't they pop the first one? Sure. Okay. Never mind then. I will pay 3 to avoid taking 2 damage. Hey, this is a hand. Graven Call at Pierce? Yep. Alright, we've got all the tempo. We've got all the tempo. And here is... I just saw the life totals. No, Z. You don't understand. You don't understand. These are very respectable life totals. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Parable of Humility blowout? I don't think it's cute. I think it's just straight up good. And then we get to Ponder. Alright, well that's unfortunate. That's kind of unfortunate. I think I'm still supposed to Arsenal it. Kinda think I am. Yeah. Prism is indeed sick. What's up with the no Avalon and no... Or were we not supposed to Arsenal that dark? You disagree with that entire turn? What's supposed to be different there? Swing with erudition when it's just 5? Alright, maybe you're onto something. I don't think we would have bought their flick knives there. Whatever, we can do that now. Yeah, I do agree that it is looking like this is a Herald of Erudition turn. Pitch protection. If they throw down another popper, we actually get to plop this Herald on the field. Yeah, we pitched Figment of Triumph. That was the whole issue with that turn. That's why I couldn't do that. Oh my gosh, guys. We get to be so unbelievably rude. So unbelievably rude. Beautiful. That was insane what just happened. I agree this is a lag matchup based on what's happening so far. Do I just get Judgment or do I get War? Because I'm looking at this turn and it looks like grab an Angel, awaken it, swing it, pitching this Herald of Protection, and then drop the Passing Mirage. And because then they're just in a really, really bad spot, right? War for Breakpoint? Alright, I'll go with you, Celis. Awaken. But we're not attacking with any more Phantasm this turn. Low DPS hero, tons of breakers, instant auras, counter on hits. How is it lag? I mean, it seems like lag is working pretty well so far, Archon. Yeah, Parable kind of do an insane work. Of course, it could also be Reprimand, and it could be doing kind of the same thing, but not costing 4 resources. I'm just giving up Bologna here, right? You're right that Reprimand doesn't turn off their follow-up turn. Whew. I'm loving the chat today, guys. Y'all are feisty. You got the always fun when Dark's around because the strong opinions come out. Rip Bologna, it's fine. It's fine. Choosing to go Passing Mirage over Parable. All right, so we're not getting popped next turn. Still use Lightosoul. I mean, Lightosoul is very good if you can find the room for it. I just like cards that block 3. If the list leans heavier towards lag, absolutely, we'll play Lightosoul. Yeah, just attack with a breakpoint first to try to turn on Rapture. And then probably gonna end on... Nah, Tenacity's not very good when they have armor, and it's not getting popped anyways. Oh, hold on. Courage token. Almost missed it. Yep, almost missed it. We have a courage token. That is not a popper when Parable of Humility is on the board. Yeah, it looks like opponent forgot that Parable turns off poppers. I found her first hand. Life totals ain't real with Prism. Yeah, it is. Restart this turn. It's kind of insane how unreal life totals are in this deck. I mean, it was like that with old Prism too, but I played Icelander for so long where life totals are real, they're just set off by about 10. Here, they're just like actually not real. It's insane. Oh, we're gonna get the free hit in? Oh my goodness. So it's actually not... There's gonna be so much value, yeah. Losers get a bunch of free turns in the middle of the game they have to set up. If you don't end the game at 1 life, you didn't use your resources. That's true, that's true. Yeah, so this looks like Awaken Protection, swing it. I'm not convinced I want to trigger the ability. Because I want to save soul to draw 2 cards with Erudition. We've got the 1 resource floating to send War Tune after this. Yeah, it's just a question of, are we triggering the ability here? You need to trigger to save from Double Dagger? I can see that argument. Yeah, because War Tune also probably is hitting this turn, let's be real. Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, we're just safe from daggers now, right? Oh, and Flick Knives, great point. Age is kind of goated in this matchup. If you can get a double flip turn with 4 soul, you're winning. Yeah, I mean, just you're not just winning, you have won the game, I think, at that point, Celis. Parable, how did I ever doubt you? Isn't it so good? It's been like a persistent reprimand twice this game. You've played so much Celestial Fury, you think you might miss it. Honestly, Z, honestly, kind of same. Fury is not as bad as people think. And it's very nice how the it and Iris synergize so well together. But, I mean, how can you not love what we're doing here with lag? It's so, so sweet. I'm trying to really sell myself on this card, by the way. It's putting in work. Trying to give in our opponent stuck between rock and a hard place. Black Tech Whispers. Those have Battle Worn 1 that we haven't seen broken out yet. I would love to have this on here because it means Soraya is loaded up and ready to go. I only gained 7 life this turn cycle. Oh, I get to hit. Let's go. When do you think I'll flip Erudition? When I have a hand where I don't get to keep 4 cards and have 2 soul available, which might be soon. I don't know. Aegis is dying. Go again. Interesting. We flip Erudition when the vibes are correct. Not a moment before. Exactly, Dark. I don't know why he wouldn't cover that fully with black text. Also chose Go again. Codex of Frailty. Interesting. Now you got Death Touch. Your tunic is up. It will attack for 5. So we're getting red protection. Discarding War Tune. Oh yeah, absolutely we have Rainbow Triumph Stark. We just haven't been lucky at drawing them, to be honest. But yes, we're playing all 9. Our Rainbow Heralds are Protection, War Tune, Triumph. Triumph and War Tune are non-negotiable for me. You could convince me to change the red protections, but I think generating Spectral Shields is reasonably valuable in multiple matchups. And this is one of them. This is the Soraya turn. I don't think so. I want to keep my Spectral Shields. And like, Parable is still out, so this is a very, very strong 2-card hand. No, this is just a red protection turn. Gosh, I love when Dark says the same thing that I do. It makes me feel so smart. I think the protections might need to be Sync or something defensive. Yeah, I could see Sync Blows, I could see Illuminates, I could see... Oh my god, this Parable is just absurd. I could see quite a few things. I'm a mediocre player, Dark, let's be real. Overall, how's Prism feeling? It's feeling real good. It's feeling real good, Deadpool. Feeling real good. Sand's not great. But you're def over eager to trigger Soraya. Yeah, I think playing Disciplined with your Soraya is one of the most important and kind of hard things to do with the deck. I kind of just want to do the really mean Parable Blowout again. I kind of think that's exactly what we're doing here, is just a really mean Parable Blowout for the 3rd time. When will they ever learn? Is it a cute play if it works all 3 times in the same game, though? Like, honestly. It worked every time I drew it. Because now they have to take yet another turn off. Yeah, this can't be a fun game for our opponent. This hand is not fantastic, though. Lead on erudition here? Oh, look for Halo Triumph. Yeah, okay. And now the Figment of Triumph is the blowout. Just when you thought the beats couldn't get any worse. The lack of pitch stat? Yeah, because there's just so much shuffling, right? It does make it kind of hard, though, to... Oh, we're going to get sunk below? It does make it kind of hard to assume that you will reliably see your power cards, though, because as you shuffle so much, you're not guaranteed to be getting closer to them. Smells like a sink below. What do we do now? Soraya here? Yeah. I like that plan. Big sad. That's not what we wanted to see. Dark kind of good at Prism. It's almost like he's the Prism guy or something. That is exactly what we did not want to rip off the top. Alright, as long as we keep drawing hands that have yellows in them, like this hand is straight gas. Let's see if they are smart enough to attack Soraya. They are. Good. I'm glad that CNC didn't come at me anyways, because I have a D-React in Arsenal. And now we get to double red Triumph, and game is over. Well, if it isn't the consequences of our actions. We don't... If there's never, like... I'm always looking for a spot to use Halo, but I'm not going to go out of my way to use it if it's not good, you know what I mean? Maybe you could Blindings? Lad with a bunch of reprimands and a bunch of D-Reacts. Oh, yeah, I agree. Sorry, I just got the context of if you were building Prism specifically to beat Uzuri. Alright, so we didn't hit there, but we're gonna hit on the second one. I'm just dreading. I know we're going to find a all yellow hand at some point. No, we're going to leave that in the deck. We lead on yellow Triumph here, right? We just make our opponent cry inside. Social Arsenal's fine. It's a nice installation plan. Blocked one Herald, yes, but what about second Herald? Is it me, or has that meme been making a resurgence recently? It feels like ever since that one Magic the Gathering Lord of the Rings set, I've been seeing that meme way more. Lead with War Tune to try and use Halo and punish if they hold back the popper. That's fair, but like, I mean, if they want to put 3 cards in front of this, we're winning anyways, right? We're gonna actually fatigue them. I stopped caring at this point in the game and take game actions to their 0. Yeah, I'm kind of with you there, Dark. The vibes are the same. Like, there's very few bad decisions you can make at this point in the game as Prism. Opponent is blocking with flick knives. Yeah, exactly. If this hits, I'm flipping Sekrum. Which it did. Because they have no cards in hand, they can't attack next turn. We get to lead off with this Sekrum. Put them to 1. Not only the meme, all sorts of Lord of the Ring media, videos, fan art, all that stuff's been popping up again. Closing games with this deck does feel pretty insane. I do agree. We're going to do this so that we have the ability to play around a popper with Halo. Hey, look at that. Still got Halo value. And that's how you win the game. Whew. Were we down at that game? Were we down in life points at that game? What was the biggest gap there? Like 14? In case they've been hiding a 7? I mean, I think it was pretty clear at that point that they weren't hiding a 7, right? Two Angels, I guess, does always just kill. But you gotta go out in style, Dark. It's about vibes. Nobody questioned you? What an insane deck. If it weren't for Dromite in Brute matchups, it'd be on this, no question. I mean, I think it's going to take a lot for Brute to be competitively viable. And I think you can dodge Dromite. She hasn't been that high of a percentage at the top tables recently. I think this deck is just good. Maybe Brute isn't even really a problem. Yeah, exactly. Brute doesn't actually play that many poppers. KO does not play that many poppers. Rhinar is Rhinar. Just kill Dromite. I agree, Jake. Just kill Dromite. Whew. I think I got one more in me. Let's do one more and then let's call it a night there. But damn, this deck is feeling good. This is exciting stuff. Haven't tested against KO. Dark, please don't make me play the mirror. You will destroy me. Didn't see CNC or leave no witness until turn 10. That is unfortunate, Jacob. That's really rough. $22 is a lot. Yeah, that's a lot of poppers. The glow side feels good, yeah. Mirror is pretty boring to play. It just seems like a nightmare thinking about all of the outs that your opponent has in terms of like breaking their Halo to Sacrum or to ravages themselves to kill attacking angels and stuff. Yeah, 18 pops is like 1.2 per hand or something. Mirror Prism is the best matchup in the game since OG Prism. That's a hot take, Archon. Yeah, personally I'm not a fan of Prism Mirrors, especially when one of the sides has Iris, because it just feels like a nightmare in terms of like whoever high rolls just wins. All right, we can go out on a Katsu. This is definitely a lad matchup. Pure skill. Or at least OG. OG Lumi Prism was great. That was a legitimately good matchup. I am skeptical it works the same way with this Prism though. All right, you said Lad Rapture. Did I hear that right, Dart? Lad Rapture? And then Lad Rapture Wave. All right. We'll trust the process. We'll trust the process. We'll submit this. This is where sync would be good. So you're excited to see if Katsu can be beaten without D-reacts. Don't know why you capstalled that. Well, you had to get the point across that I was about to submit a bad deck list. Just doing your part. 100 wins. I would like to block. Yeah, OG Prism Mirror was really fun. That's annoying. Excuse me. Well, there goes our wave. So much for wave. Put footsteps in front. Yeah, I could have been smart like that, huh? Too late. We're playing on hard mode. Lead with protection here. Erudition, they have too much armor. Protection into Rebirth, just a solid 2 Herald hand. All right, what are we getting? Are we getting Erudition? And we're sitting on it, and we're sending Rebirth here? We would be rebuying Blue Ravages. I wasted a shield. Well, I was concerned that they were going to go like another 100 wins into just Ponder. I was concerned they were going to go another 100 wins into like end on a snatch. Which is why I was holding cards. I probably should have protected the Spectral Shield. That probably was a bad move on my part. Do I want this back in my deck? I don't think so. Grab a second shield here. Second shield or a courage. I'm gonna grab second shield. Go. Oof. Oof. Oh, what a good arsenal to draw blind. Now we get to have the insane 3-card 13 plus on hits. And still block with a card this turn cycle. Good start. Good start. How's the new deck looking? The new deck is looking really good, Noah. Like insane. No Rapture Flip when it's Erudition. This is just like the best thing we can be doing, right? Alright. Second Kodachi. Is second Kodachi getting Footsteps plus Flip? Probably, right? We tempo flip later. We had 2 spectral shields, yes. We still have 1. This one I think can hit, right? Oh yeah, we are going to be sending back a bunch of damage this turn cycle. That is for sure. Do they even have anything good to bond? 100 wins? Sure. Why did I not have auto pass curse you? I should have had a halo opportunity there. I think we want to deny the Be Like Water because we're going to draw 2, right? I mean, I am planning on Awakening Soraya and drawing 2. Oh yeah, Aegis would be awkward here, but if we get to draw 2 cards and attack with 2 Wartune Heralds, then we're talking. Oh, they have an action point. They have an action point. That's so dumb of me. What the fuck? So I'm just supposed to... So am I just supposed to waste these 2 resources? It feels so bad. Okay. I guess I'm supposed to waste 2 resources. That feels like I made a bad play then. Popper Bull out? No, we just get to do the double Wartune thing. Figment of War. Yeah, turn this into a breakpoint. I mean, we're kind of burning through all of our figments. Let's grab Ravages. The good old 3-card 14. Plus 2 on hits. This hand's not great. 3-card 14, now that is gaming. That is a lot of damage. That's what old Prism used to get to do with like also Miraging Metamorph and Phantasmal Symbiosis, which is what's obscene. Actually insane. It's fine. We're burning through their HP faster. Yeah. Oh my god, they pitched red Bonds of Ancestry, so we can probably just no-block this turn, right? Old Prism has to play more than six more Wartunes, yeah, and it was insane. I've been trying to fit them into this deck, but I'm not finding it yet so far. But when are we using Rapture? I should have last turn if I had been smart, Archon. But I just saw big numbers and I didn't think to actually flip this random Figment of War, which could have blocked the Surging Strike. That's a bit embarrassing. See, this is the problem when chat where y'all are too entertaining and I just get distracted and I stop paying attention to the game. I'm like, spacebar, spacebar, spacebar. Leading with Surging and pitching Bonds feels real scary in a 5-card hand. Yeah, but they also pitch to red. So it's probably fine. Even if it's a perfect Bonds turn, it's what? 4, 9, 14, 18. Block with Footsteps and Rapture the Ward. Yeah, I like that. The list is in the description, Ryanosaur. You can look right now what I'm playing if you check the description of this video. Yeah, this looks like we're gonna try to Soraya here. Excuse me. Deck is feeling pretty good. The Iris plan still feels half-baked, which we were kind of expecting, right? They Ancestral over the top. Do we punish with the Rapture? Probably not, right? We just let him have it. By Rapture? Okay. Alex has actually played this matchup, so I'm going to trust him on that. They had the Descendant Natty. That's unfortunate. Hey, welcome everyone. This matchup, I can already feel is going to take a lot of practice. There's a lot of weird moving parts going on here. The fact that Rapture is a reaction. Okay, so they're getting a bonds here. They might be trying to double bonds this turn. If we judge here, though, easy Halo, just Halo right now. Oh, Captain, my Captain, I shall do this. Oh, look at that. We drew into the yellow. And they had a bonds in Arsenal, so they were setting up double bonds. Scary. Never punished. That is kind of what it feels like sometimes. So we're just drawing 2 cards on our next turn, right? And attacking for 4? Yeah. For the first time in my life, you've been wrong? Oh, because they had the bonds anyways? It's fine. It's fine. You have to draw a card here. It's whatever. We get to awaken our Soraya and attack with our Soraya and draw 2 cards. And those are 2 really good cards to draw. Denying the double bond still saves 7 health here. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's quite a reasonable use of Halo. It's just protection with Go again, isn't it? If this hits... Oh, we don't have Rapture anymore. What's the whoops? I mean, we're gonna awaken Trash Herald, like Trash Angel, like Figment. Oh, we already flipped this turn. You're right. You're right. I mean, this is still just fine. Getting to... Yeah. I'm gonna have to like tap my Prism in real life to remember if I flipped this turn or not, because I definitely will accidentally do it twice in a turn. Just like I tried to do right now. We might be in trouble. I don't want this card in my deck anymore, right? I don't have Halo. Yeah. Not a great hand. Surgeon Strike into Soraya. Vision Strike into Soraya. Okay. Where's this going next? Getting another bonds? Question mark? Yeah, red bonds. Okay. And they've got the Flusterfist in the yard, so we are looking at the full bonds turn here. What's the mystery card in hand, though? God, they've been relentless with these bonds. It's really impressive. It's always bonds. We're not dead. It's just annoying. It's just really annoying. So what is this? Like... Their Flusterfist is going to have go again because they cracked Breeze Rider Boots. So this card in hand seems really suspicious, right? So I don't think we have a good reason to block on this Descendant Gust Wave. I think we do want to deny Mast here. Oh, they're double bonding? That's scary. That's really scary. So we definitely want to deny Mast, right? So we're going to flip here. Yeah. Are we flipping with one of our soul shields though? Actually, now that I think about it. Probably. Flip Switcher's Mask because of arm? I see the issue. I see the issue. One time, no Ancestral. It's fine. We can just Soul Shield instead, right? I mean, it's not fine. Like, this is really bad, but what are we supposed to do anyways? Just 3-block here. Do we care about this one actually though? Yeah, I mean, they've had bonds every turn, I think. Yeah, it's turn 4. They've had a bonds play every turn, I'm pretty sure, which is kind of insane when you think about it. Oh, I should be getting a boot block in somewhere. Because I have 1 resource float. And then we'll flip versus this Flusterfist. Throwing away Judgment because it doesn't do anything. Okay. I mean, the game isn't over yet. Oh, with this Parable in hand, it might be over. With this Parable and no blues in hand, it might be over. Would Sea Strike help in this set? Maybe. I mean, it probably needs to be in the deck just insofar as it is a popper for Dromai. Chill out, Katsu. It's kind of insane how hard he's going. Halo is too good against Katsu. It's too good against Katsu unless they naturally have the double bonds, Hugo. Parable's a block 4 right now. I'm having a hard time seeing it. See. What I need is Illuminate. I do think Illuminate is quite good. Katsu's natural enemy is Wounding Blow. To be fair, he pitched bonds for yellow surging and 0 poppers. Yeah, that's true. All right, so I'm getting told to flip, and I'm getting told to. Yeah. Okay. We will just. I'm not gonna think about any of the cute plays. We're just gonna do the good thing. Yeah, we're never using Bologna this game. Stop it with the ancestrals. Does seem like a ripperoni. Does indeed. Bonds? Not quite. I guess I should have kept the red war tune, technically, but... Flip again? Do you think I should have flipped there? But then if he leads on Kodachi, I'm just really, really sad, right, Hugo? I think we threw that last turn on the bonds, did we not? I mean, throwing is what I do best, so I believe it. Bot here. Tenacity feeling kind of underwhelming, I'll be honest. Feels like that could really be Celestial Cataclysm or some different popper. Oh my god. Katsu, can you chill out? I think attacking with Victoria, yeah, we're beyond dead. Katsu drew some gas. He's been drawing gas every turn. We're only on turn 6. Every turn has been just straight fire. We're dead to Parable here. It turns out it's hard to be an anime protagonist. Is Katsu about to be published in Shonen Jump? Dard, you're killing it. You are killing it tonight. Yeah, we're not dead yet. But no yellow in hand that's keepable is real sad. Winnable? I don't know. Oh, it's not winnable. He's just trying to Shonen Jump me. It's funny that we won all of the games where we were super below our opponent in life early in the game. This game we walked down with our opponent and we're not getting there. So that's kind of interesting. Be interested to see how this game would have gone if we didn't miss that one free flip before the big bonds turn. Andrew, I completely forgot about that. That's a great point. If we were up 4 life right now, this game would feel very different. But I'm bad at talishar, or bad at interacting with talishar. The true bonds is the friends we made along the way. Oh, it's only 5. And it doesn't have Dogen, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't look at the life totals. It's friends we made along the way. Alright. Good game, Katsu. Excuse me. Pain, it happens. I think that was... I think I'm having an issue with talishar where I'm only like half signed in right now, Archon, and that's why it keeps forgetting my settings. Because it also wasn't remembering my deck list link. Katsu did play well. I think that gives us a pretty good... It gave me a lot of lessons learned. It was very informative. I need to go back in the deck building minds for a little bit, but I'm seeing the light with lag. That is really strong stuff. I mean, we were, what, down 21 life versus that Kassai, and we still got there? Is it sync time? Is it sync time or is it illuminate time? I'm not sure. Sync would have been good versus that Katsu, right? Have you considered Wrath, or is it just too tight a list? I've considered Wrath in a list that is more slanted towards lag, but the space is so tight when we're also trying to play the Iris stuff. It's play better time? Well, give me time, Dart. That's what you're here for. I'm not making changes to a list based on one game. Yeah. I mean, it's not like I'm going to go in and completely revolutionize the list based on the 5 games I played tonight or whatever. But it's enough to start, as you would say even, start feeling the vibes out, right? You need whatever sauce Justin Salmon has? I think Justin Salmon's sauce is... Salmon sauce sounds weird. I think it's just what I was trying to do, but he's actually competent at it, the like Arclight Sentinel loop. Because he hinted that the Bravo was starting to pack tech for it, which sounds a lot like Time Skippers. Imagine thinking that Dark has a list. Dark has a list. It's my list. He's just going to steal from me, right, Dark? That's how it works. Yeah, salmon sauce is something I don't need to ever say again in my life. You'll have a list when you have an event. That's fair. We're... What? Calling Hartford is a few weeks away, and they have a CC Battle Hardened question mark? If that's the case, it's kind of unfortunate. It only takes 1 deck slot to beat. Yeah. Okay, so... Iron Rock Gauntlet... Oh, I also misplayed that Katsu game because I threw away my Wave of Reality. I could have done that tighter as well. Hartford Battle Hardened is Blitz? Okay, that's really sad. Which on one hand is dog, but on the other hand, you get to play Prism with 10 Wartune Heralds. And the real Luminaris. Iron Rot was underwhelming. I could see that just becoming Wave all the time. It probably should. So I need to figure out what to do with that last slot. If we merge those. On the other hand, I have 100% top rate at Blitz Battle Hardens. 70% of PTIs from Blitz. That's very true. If you want someone that's good at Blitz Prism, it is Dark Odious. What else underwhelming? I mean, these 9 cards are just mandatory. Parable felt absolutely cracked. Literally every time we drew it versus Uzuri. This card was underwhelming. License Center, Battle Harness CC. Oh, we have Descent among the ranks. I think I liked 9 reds. I liked my yellow ratios. I don't think I drew a non-yellow hand. Genesis was mid. What did we replace it with though? Merciful? Is New Prism any good in Blitz, or is Old Prism so bad? No, just play Old Prism, Hugo. So here's how it works in Blitz. Battle Harden is CC. Here's how it works in Blitz. Based on what I've played at least, is the New Prism is like, if you're familiar with the Timmy, Johnny, Spike terms in terms of like the kinds of players in trading card games, New Prism in Blitz is a Johnny deck you do a lot of cool things with all your on hits and fetching heralds and angels, and it feels like you're doing a lot, and it's really cool. Starting with 4 life and not having to put extra no blocks in your deck in the form of figments is just strictly better. Just play original Prism. That's my opinion, at least. Old Prism is a lot better at playing Spectra, yeah. And Spectra are broken. Okay, well, I think we're going to call it there. I have clearly a lot of practice to do with the deck, and the deck looks very promising. If you liked what you saw, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment. You're already in my chat, so like, just you know, you're doing your part. Shout out to all of y'all that I've been chatting with this evening. I think I'm gonna call it there, and I will catch y'all later. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. And we're back to weekly. Sorry, before I go, holiday break was nice. I'm back to doing roughly weekly streams. Next Friday, me and my good friend Kevin, aka Arcanite's Shadow, go check out his YouTube channel. We're going to be doing Tabletop Simulator, trying out some heavy hitters decks. So might see Prism in that stream, but it specifically will be focusing on like Kassai and KO and Victor, just what's new and cool that's coming in heavy hitters. And we're going to be playing TTS so that we don't have to worry about if cards aren't implemented and stuff. So look forward to that next Friday, the 17th of January, if I remember my dates correctly. 19th of January. I'll see you then. And before I sign off for the last time, I would just, of course, like to shout out all of my patrons in my Patreon. I have an ongoing commitment to not paywall any of my content. Everything that I make, I want to share publicly to help encourage the game to grow and for all of us to get better as players. I have a very simple Patreon with one membership tier. It's $1 a month. It is simply if you want to appreciate the channel and see it continue to grow and my content get better and more refined. It includes little benefits like getting to play with the on-hit effect card back sleeves that you saw me play with on Talishar today. And I also include your name in, excuse me, in the scroll in between screens like you see here. And I also like to verbally shout out some of my patrons. So special thank yous this month go to Joshua McQuinn, Kevin Breyer, this week, Arden Nelson, and Bluebird. Thank you to all of my patrons. And if you'd consider supporting, the link is in the description. Catch you next week.